I deeply believe that we are here to serve an idea that I can create for myself about who I want to be, and an idea that you can create for yourself about who you want to be. How do you look when you are thinking about that person? What is your posture? What is your facial expression? What is your aesthetic body looking like? And what is it capable of doing? And what are you doing with it? Where are you putting that attention in that ideal and highest version of yourself? All these are ideas, but with the power of your practice, you can manifest that onto yourself, into your mental story, your mental narrative about what you tell about who you think you are daily, what you do with your body and your actions daily. That builds your character, that builds your emotional state, your physical state in the direction that represents that higher version of yourself. And when you have a practice, it is a frame where work isn't there. There's just beingness. There's a part of yourself that's just exploring possibilities and getting back information from its experience. So when you're working in your physical practice and you're working on your capacities, like superficial things like pull-ups, push-ups, squats, deadlifts, plyometrics, running, or different arts like parkour, climbing, locomotion, capoeira, dance, and the list goes on. It's a practice that gives you the experience of being able to reframe the ideas you tell about yourself, to let go of limiting beliefs, limiting stories you tell about yourself. Imagine how many times you have proven yourself wrong by experiencing something different, because you allow yourself to experience something instead of limiting the experience before it even happens. I'm sure that there was a time where you thought that it was impossible to do this many pull-ups, this many push-ups, to hold a handstand, or even being upside down without shitting your pants, or any other scenario that I'm sure that you can think of and prove to yourself that this statement is true. Because I know that I'm speaking truth, and I know that a practice is the facilitation of the ability to be able to build your character. And by building your character, it's like making the soil ready to plant your seed and harvest your fruits. If you aren't building your character through your daily actions, you will never harvest your fruits. You will never see your idea come into reality. But by having a practice that allows you to fit everything you are in it, it's called life, but it's not the life that we talk about in the most common sense. It is a life of a practice. Your practice should contain everything. So if anything happens, you'll just readjust your focus. If your whole practice is around hand balancing and you lose your hand, it's a bad day to be alive. It's a shitty life. But if handstand is within your practice, and your practice is also running, walking, exploring movement, locomotion, reading, playing music, touching people's souls through your art, then if you lose a hand, the only thing is that you readjust your focus. In the better scenario of just injuring your wrist, you just readjust your focus on something while you're rehabilitating your wrist to come back even stronger mentally and physically in different aspects with an even stronger character. Where failure is just a return of information about how to do things different. And when you do things different, you get different results. And every time you get different results, you get to know more about yourself. You get to know more about who you are and what feels right to you. So I encourage you and I invite you to allow yourself to build a practice, starting from the simplest thing of achieving something small, realistic, but it's important to you. And by doing that, you will slowly build that momentum of belief in yourself, slowly create that environment of reframing, and slowly coming closer and closer to that idea. And when that happens, what you see outside of yourself is exactly the same that you see inside of yourself. There's no separation. And that's a very powerful moment. And what's frightening about that is that then you know that whatever you think, you can actually do. Food for thought.